He said, the person is very successful, the one that remembers their Lord and prays. وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ. He remembers the name of their Lord, or mentions the name of their Lord, and prays. So this is definitely what, inshallah, we are doing now. Inshallah, that'll be accepted, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Being that we come in the morning and we mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in numerous ways, and then we also pray. But then subhanAllah, he says after that, بَلْ تُؤْثِرُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا. So when he talks about the ones that are successful, he gives us the blueprint. It's the one that remembers Allah and then does an action based off of that remembrance, or mentions the name of Allah and does an action based off of that remembrance. So it's also the remembering or mentioning and then doing an action that can also prove that, or is a proof of that. But then he says, بَلْ تُؤْثِرُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا. Rather, you prefer the life of this dunya. وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. And the afterlife, the next life, is better and everlasting. And that's very interesting as well, because when he mentions the natural preference of this temporary world, and that's the understanding of the dunya, he says, تُؤْثِرُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا. تُؤْثِرُونَ means you prefer, but also means you will give your best, or sacrifice yourself for this life. And that's where we have to stop right here. Because when we wake up in the morning and we come to the masjid mentioning the name of Allah, remembering Him and then praying, and then we go off into the dunya, which one are we sacrificing for what? Even indirectly, in the way that we act, in the things that we do. Are we sacrificing our deen for the dunya in different ways? Are we sacrificing the religion in the way that we act, our akhlaq, for that which should please somebody or something? And this is important for the Muslim, because always having that consciousness of Allah, the muraqabah, the dhikr of Allah, the muhasabah, holding oneself accountable, this is important in regards to how we act in the society, in this world, and realizing that the preference should always be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is shown in different ways. So for example, waking up in the morning, and the main motivation behind waking up is to come into the masjid and to make salah and then go right back home. That's why this is a virtuous act for you brothers and those that go to the masjid and then come right back. This is remembrance of Allah and then acting upon it. And that's why there's so many virtues when leaving the house and coming to the masjid, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. But then lastly, when he says, وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى, remembering that the akhirah is better than the dunya. That should remind us that the actions in the dunya should serve as an investment for the akhirah. So praying Salat al-Fajr, praying in the masjid, praying in general, is an investment, inshallah, for the akhirah. And then it's also abqa, and that's one of the main reasons why, because it is everlasting. And as Ali ibn Abi Talib said, that you should work for this, this dunya is an obstacle, and working in this dunya is only to have children, or if you will, abna fil akhirah, to where it is bringing something in the akhirah. So inshallah, let's look at our day that we're starting today. What actions are we going to do that serve as an investment in our akhirah, as opposed to taking that away, inshallah ta'ala. So remembering the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and acting upon that serves as an investment in the akhirah, bi'idhnillah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك يا رب العالمين اللهم انصر المستضعفين في كل مكان وزمان يا رب العالمين اللهم ثبت أقدامنا عند اللقاء يا رب العالمين اللهم ثبتنا عند السؤال يا رب العالمين وتوب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.